In this lesson, we will explore how to select records from a MySQL database using Python. Selecting records is a fundamental operation in database management, as it allows you to retrieve specific information from your stored data. By the end of this lesson, you will understand the basics of querying a database and be able to apply these skills in practical scenarios. Don't worry if this feels new at first. This section covers understanding the select statement. The select statement is one of the most commonly used SQL commands. It enables users to query a database and retrieve data from one or more tables. The basic syntax of the select statement is as follows. The samples. On screen, walk through this step. Take a moment to read through them. In this syntax, first column 1, column 2. These are the columns you want to retrieve from the table. Finally, table_name. This is the name of the table from which you want to select records. If you want to select all columns from a table, you can use the asterisk. Asterisk, wildcard. I'll let you read the examples on screen rather than reading every line aloud. Let's move on to connecting to a MySQL database. Before you can execute a select statement, you need to connect to your MySQL database using Python. This is typically done using the MySQL Connector Python package. If you haven't installed it yet, you can do so with the following command. See the example on this slide. Pause if you want to study the details. Once you have the package installed, you can connect to your database using the following code. The samples on screen walk through this step. Take a moment to read through them. Make sure to replace your _username, your _password, and your _database with your actual MySQL credentials. Now executing a select query. Once you have established a connection, you can create a cursor object and execute your select query. Here's how you can do it. I'll let you read the examples on screen rather than reading every line aloud. In this example, your _table should be replaced with the name of the table from which you want to retrieve data. The fetchAll method retrieves all the records returned by the query. Next, displaying the results. After fetching the records, you can loop through the results and display them. Here's an example. See the example on this slide. Pause if you want to study the details. This loop will print each record returned by the select query to the console, allowing you to see the data you have retrieved. In this lesson, we have covered the following key points. First, the select statement is used to query and retrieve data from a database. Also, you can connect to a MySQL database using the MySQL Connector Python package. Also, to execute a select query, create a cursor, execute the query, and fetch the results. Finally, you can display the results using a loop. Go ahead and work through this exercise. Now that you have learned the basics of selecting records from a MySQL database, here are some exercises to practice. First, modify the select query to retrieve specific columns instead of all columns. Also, implement a condition in the select query using the where clause to filter records. Finally, experiment with ordering the results using the order by clause. Alright, your turn. Give this a try. By completing these exercises, you will reinforce your understanding of how to work with select statements in MySQL using Python.